are ready to go live. We're ready to hear about how do we get paid to be ourselves. It's very simple. As long as you have breath in your body, and as long as you have a mouth and you're willing and ready to speak, guess what? You can get paid to be you. You can absolutely get paid to be you. And tonight's conversation is going to be about how that actually works. So I'm excited for you because many of you have been waiting and wondering and watching and not really knowing how this whole thing works. Well, for those of you who do not know me, I'm Chantel, and I am not only going to show you what it takes to get paid to be yourself, but I'm also going to show you how I did it, and not just how I did it and succeeded, but how I did it and got it wrong. Okay, so we're gonna have a little bit of a personal conversation. I hope that's all right with you, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. I hope that's all right. So, first of all, if you are here and watching a replay, go ahead and type in the chat paid. I'm going to personally send a comment underneath your comment so that I know that we're connected. Because sometimes you can get totally lost and overlooked if you join a little late or you watch the replay. But I want you to know that I see you and I appreciate you, and I hope that you appreciate me for showing up for you. Because going live, it's easy. Anybody can do it, but to have a conversation that can change the person's life who's on the other side of the live, now that's something different. That's something a little special, right? You have to have a heart for what it is that you do. And I believe that I have a heart for what it is that I do. And I know that God sort of he cultivated something on the inside of me where it's like, Chantel, like you're not about to go into this next chapter thinking about only your business, yourself, and how you can be the most successful. No, the next version of your business is going to be about how you can help others get to their level of success. And it will look different for everybody. It looks different for me, it looks different for you. But the most important thing is that you have a goal and you've got a strategy and partners to help you get there. And I don't know, I may not be your partner. I'm okay with that. But if you're on this live and you're joining me either on the replay or actually live, then at least you get to take advantage of the wisdom that will be shared so that you can do with it as you wish. Right? All right. So now I got my TikTok on. We are live on YouTube and on Facebook. TikTok, I'm sorry. I have to make sure that you guys can see and hear me okay because I left my tripod downstairs. Okay. So, anyway, hello, Allison. Welcome, welcome. And welcome to those of you who are joining me on the various platforms. So, today's conversation, we're going to cut straight to it, okay? Listen, if you're on TikTok and you see this notification, go ahead and make sure you share. I know that y'all like to ask me questions throughout the conversation so we can have a dialogue as well. But I'm going to be very focused on this topic because I really have something powerful that I want you to share as that I want you to hear as I share. Because as we're going into the new year, Crystal, guess what? Some of you all are making decisions either consciously or unconsciously that you want next year to look a lot different than this year. I mean, raise your hand. I mean, I can't see your hand, but like I can feel you. You know what I'm saying? And if you have made that decision in your heart and in your mind, and you're just looking for what's in your heart and in your mind to actually be present in real life, you're like, I don't even know what the strategy is, but I know I need a strategy. I don't know who I'm going to work with, but I know I need to work with somebody. Then, if that's you and you've already been thinking about how this new year can look different, then we're barking up the same tree. We are speaking the same language. Because, Leslie, what I believe in my heart of hearts is that it is not how you start, but it's how you finish. And you are not finished until God says you're finished. So if you have been going through some things and you look at your life and you're like, I should be a lot further. I should have already done this. I wish I had that. And you start comparing yourself to the version of yourself that you've never even been. Then you fall into this trap of feeling hopeless. You feel broken. You feel like you're defeated even before you start to run your race. And I don't know about you, but that type of feeling and that mindset, it creates a level of sluggishness in you that you don't even want to wake up anymore. You don't even want to try anymore. You set goals in the past and maybe you haven't reached those goals. And because you haven't achieved a certain level in life, you think that all is lost. Well, just consider me your heavenly reminder that all is not lost and that you still have an opportunity, you still have a chance to make something of your life, something great with your life, something valuable, something that you can look back on and say, I'm glad that I got started. I'm glad that I did not count myself out. Yes, I've had so many losses. Yes, I've made some mistakes, but I am not counting myself out anymore. Those are the type of people that I'm talking to. When we're talking about this topic about how to get paid to be you, YouTube, right? It means that you are willing to forgive yourself, Rishi. You're willing to say, you know what? Maybe I didn't have it all together in 2023. 2024, it wasn't my year. And in 2025, some things shifted. I thought I was on to a good start, and then I got the rugs, pulled from underneath me. And you're trying to catch your breath, and I want you to know that that is okay. But you have to make a commitment first to yourself before you can commit to anyone else. You've got to make the commitment to yourself. Like 2026 is not going to look like this, Sassy. 2026, I am going to finally do what I know God has been whispering and telling me to do. And for you, Rishi, that may look like taking that idea that you've had and you've been sitting on and taking it out of your head and bringing it into the world. For you, Kiara, that may mean, writing the book that God put in your heart. That may mean, you going and starting a program, or it may mean that you are going to say, you know what? I want to do business and I don't want to do business by myself. So I see Chantel and she told me that she had something for me and it's to finally use what I got, the gifts that I have to get paid to be me. And I want to know more about that. And if that is you, great. The point is that we all have this universal connection of hope and belief, Sally, and the idea that we can do more, we can have more, and we can become more than what we've already have been. That is that universal message, Allison, that allows us to say, you know what? Yes, the rug got pulled from underneath me. Yes, I had some losses, but guess what? I still believe that God's got something in store for me that's good. It can't all be bad, right? I love this songwriter. They say that, if it's not good, now I can't sing, but I'm gonna give y'all a little bar, okay? Y'all listening? RJ, you listening? The song says, if it's not good, then he's not done. No, he's not done with it yet. There will be joy. Hey, come on, somebody. In the morning. Now, I ain't gonna go high pitch now. I don't want to scare you now with the vocals, right? But it literally means that if your situation is not good, if you've taken so many losses and you've not had the ability to catch your breath to find the lessons, guess what? God's not finished with you yet. He's still got more in store. Somebody say more. Somebody type in the chat more so I know that I'm speaking to the right people, right? I will never forget uh in the middle of this year, in the summertime of this year, I was going through one of the worst, absolute worst seasons in my life. And I had never suffered from depression before. I had never suffered from hopelessness before. I was always positive. And then the wind got knocked out of me. And I'm like, oh my God, what is this? This is not me. This is not me. And it took a little while, Chris, for me to catch my breath. And I'm like, Lord, like, what am I living for? I was really going through it. And then a still small voice whispered to me and said, Chantel, your best years are still ahead of you. Your best years are still ahead of you. And I thank God for that voice, because I was feeling hopeless. And it was a combination of personal issues, business, and I was just like, Lord, like what? I don't want to do nothing. And then I realized that my purpose is not tied exclusively to my performance. Sometimes we tie our purpose to our performance, Tasha, that if we, do well in school, or if we do well in business, or do well in our career, then we feel good about ourselves. But I want you to know that your value, Allison, is way more than what you put on the scoreboard. Your value is so vast and is so rich that you can literally come and show up in your brokenness. And there will be people who will respond to that brokenness and say, listen, I want to work with you because I recognize that you are a real person and I relate to you. And I'm glad you didn't show up looking flawless and looking perfect. I'm glad you didn't show up with the veneer of how social media, Lily, tries to make us want to be. I'm glad you showed up with your story. I'm glad you showed up with your trauma. I'm glad you showed up even when you didn't feel like it, right? And because you are willing to think less about you and what you don't have going on and how much money you don't have and what's happening in your life, and you're willing to put that aside, and I appreciate, thank you for the love. You're willing to put that aside and say, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway because I know that there's somebody else waiting for me to speak up. I know that there's somebody else waiting for me to inspire them in some way. And I don't even know what I'm going to say, but I do know that if I just show up authentically with who I am and with what I have, guess what? There's going to be someone who says thank you. There's going to be someone who appreciates the effort that you give, even when you feel like you don't have anything to give. And that is the whole purpose of understanding how to get paid to be you, right? Is realizing that you don't have to have it all together. But guess what? If you take 1 ounce of hope, 1 ounce of faith, and lock that in with somebody and a system that can believe for you more than you even believe for yourself, that can partner with you and say, you know what? I like what I see, right? I like what I see, Chantel. And I'm not talking to myself. That's a Chantel on here. Hey, girl. I like what I see. And I believe in the smallness of what you think you have. It can be so big. All you need to do is to align yourself with people who have a vision and have a system that can support the dreams that you may not have shared, but I know it's on the inside of you. I know that you still have hopes, and that little girl, that little boy that believed that they could, live a life that they could be proud of, live a life that wasn't consumed by poverty, by trauma, by brokenness. That hope that you had, even as a child, even as a 20-something-year-old, that hope that you had, that's a fire. That sometimes you just need somebody with a lighter to come in, flick that flame. Consider me your fire starter. Consider me that fire that's going to allow that flame to grow and to expand into something beautiful. And what does that beauty look like? Oh, I'm glad you asked. I am so glad you asked, because what I have is something that anybody can do. As long as you are a person and you got a pulse and you believe in yourself enough to say, hey, I've got something to say, and I don't know everything that I'm going to say, but Chantel, I trust that you have a system that you'll partner with me to help me show up as me and get paid to be me. I'm willing to trust you to give me that plan. And if that's you, I actually want you to stop what you're doing right now. I know you're horsing it up, and I see you YouTube, I see you Facebook and TikTok. Listen, stop what you're doing right now and go and DM me the word paid. Because those who DM me the word paid, Allison, will immediately get plugged in to what I got for you. And that is a foolproof, meaning you can be a fool and still do this. You know what I'm saying? But y'all not no fools, right? So you can literally get paid through A product-based business. Now, when I tell you this is the best thing I found, I'm gonna put y'all on game. Listen, I was fasting today. That means that I skipped meals. I had one meal today, and that was at like 4 o'clock. From the time last night that I went to bed around 11 o'clock until 4 o'clock, I didn't eat. But what I did have, somebody said, "What did you have, Chantal?" No, I didn't have the callaloo. I wish I did. No, I didn't have the chicken box, my Baltimore fam. I wish I did. No, I didn't have anything. But what I did have, it sustained me throughout the day. Let me show you what I had. I had my apple cider vinegar gummies. Check that out. Apple cider vinegar gummies. This was so important to me to get my day started because if you've ever fasted before or even skipped a meal, you know what it's like. You have got that air in your stomach and you're like, oh, I'm not feeling full, and my belly hurt, but my belly looking big. So I don't even know what this is. Let me go put some food in my belly, Brittany. But I didn't feel that way because the product that I sell, it made me feel amazing. And guess what? Now, Joanne, I get to put up videos just telling people, like, look, y'all, I was fasting today. I was hungry. But guess what? I wasn't bloated because I took one of these apple cider vinegar gummies. It was amazing. And now I feel good, right? And because of that, so good question. Versus like, are you still in Trinidad? I'm not physically in Trinidad right now. But guess what? Promise. I'm building a team of influencers in Trinidad, in Canada, in the US who want to get paid to be themselves. Those who are like, Chantel, I'm tired of doing it the hard way. I want a business. I'm ready to get started. I want to partner with you. You're going to DM me the word paid. I'm going to talk to you about how you can get paid to eat gummies that's going to be good for your gut. I'm going to talk to you about how you can tap into this creator economy in the best way, not for the likes, not for the follows, not even for the views, okay? This business is so easy that if you take something like what I took today, y'all, my mouth's so juicy. These apple cider vinegar gummies, my kids are like, "Mommy, can I have some?" Like, no, you cannot have my gummies. You can have your sharks. You can have your little juicy fruit gummies. But these will change your life. And these are not for kids, right? They're for me. They're for mommy. Anyway, so, you can literally have a product like this, luxury product, for a very inexpensive price, okay? Vegan product that will give you a beauty boost, okay? It has collagen, hyaluronic acid, vitamin C. So when I took my my apple cider vinegar gummies today, and I took my beauty booster, I was set. I took this with some water and I ran out the door this morning to drop my kids off to school. And because I am a product of the product, meaning I actually use what I promote, I tell people about it in a very genuine way. And they go to my shopping cart, they buy this, and I get paid for it. Easy. Listen, I've been in business for 15 years. One of my best months, Lily, in business, I made over $80,000, like sitting at home from my computer. That was amazing. So I know what it's like to be in business, the highs and the lows and the season. Like, I know what it's like. And when I tell you this is the easiest business that I've ever been in, I'm like, man, why didn't I know about this earlier? Right. But that's how life teaches you. I think that if I had learned about it earlier, I probably wouldn't have appreciated it as much as I do now. Right. So if you are thinking about business, if you've even tried business and you're like, I think it's for me. I don't know if it's for me. It's because you haven't found the right system. Somebody type in the chat system. And go ahead and, as a matter of fact, share this live stream. And I appreciate the hearts and the love on YouTube and on TikTok listen, I appreciate you guys. I want you to know that, Samantha, this message is going to be heard by a lot of people, but it's not for everyone. You know how I know it's not for everyone? Because there are people who want more out of life, but they are afraid to do what it takes to get more out of life. There are people who are so caught up in their problems and they love rehearsing their stories about what they don't have, that they won't even have the faith the size of a mustard seed to say, okay, I don't even know what all Chantel is saying that I need to do to get paid to be me, but I am going to DM her the word paid so I can find out more. They're willing to bet on themselves enough to say, you know what? I don't have it all figured out. But what I do know is that what I've been trying to do for the past 5 years, the past 10 years, the past 20 years of my life has not, sorry, TikTok, has not been working. And guess what? I need a better way. I need a better way. Because in order for your life to change, Patricia, you've got to first admit that you don't know it all. You don't have it all figured out. That's what I had to do. I had to literally be humble enough to say, you know what? There's got to be a better way because yes, I'm successful in business, but I'm also stressed out. Yes, I'm successful in business, but I'm also not wanting to show up when it comes to doing things that make my business move. Right? I don't know if I'm alone and if I'm being too real, but listen, sometimes people over glamorize entrepreneurship. It's great because you do get to write your own checks, right? But they over glamorize it because they think that, it's all peaches and cream all the time. But I am Beauty Empire. I love that. Listen, that's somebody's name, by the way. I am Beauty Empire. If you're in business, you understand that you gotta motivate yourself. You've got to motivate yourself to send the emails, to put up the flyers, to do this, to do that, and all the time you don't have the motivation. So when I got introduced to this business, I was like, not only do I get some bomb products, not only do I get some bomb beautiful products that make me feel good and they look good too, but I also get to build with a team. Okay. And I was super excited because most of y'all know me from my TikTok, right? I grew my TikTok from 200 people because I wasn't even on TikTok like that to over 15,000 followers in 3 months just by showing up being myself. And what's so crazy about it is, I had a lot of followers in Trinidad because that's where I lived for 10 years. But I love talking about business. And so when I was not doing my vlogs and I would get on live stream, I really didn't have the tools to be able to show my folks in Trinidad how they too can live on the island and still make money in the US market like I was doing. And I knew it was easier for me, Stefan, because I already had a base in the US and then I came to Trinidad and other people didn't have that same advantage. So it was a little bit of a disconnect. So when I found out that we not only had a base in the US, but also my business is in Trinidad as well. And I can literally build a team of influencers who want to get paid to be themselves on the island, and they don't have to have a US bank account. None of that. None of the crazy stuff that you tell yourself, like, oh, I can't make no USD because of this. No. What I have, you can be in almost any country and get paid to post. Be pretty and get paid, okay? You ain't even got to be pretty, especially my guys. Y'all like to, do your own thing. But this business is a genderless business, and it is genuinely for people who want to build a brand to say, you know what? I can show up looking like this. I can show up without that, and I can still build up enough conversations with people because it's a conversation business to make people say, okay, yeah, Lisa, I'm gonna check out your gummies. I saw your video, girl. I'm gonna check out your product, right? I listen. Y'all don't understand. I just get excited, right? And the reason why I get so excited is because this is the easiest business that I've ever done. Am I saying it is no work? No, absolutely. You're going to have to work and you're going to have to invest in yourself. But you get to do it together. I'm working one-on-one with individuals who want to be influencers, straight up, no catch, nothing. And if that is you, go ahead and DM me the word paid. What I know as I close is that those who want life to look different, they're not going to try to have all of the answers and try to figure out how things work and what goes here, before they decide to take a chance on themselves. I'm not even telling you to take a chance on me. I'm like, that hope that you have on the inside of you, that's going to cause you to DM me to find out what it is that I've got for you. And classy is not for everybody. No, 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 no. I don't even want to work with everybody. I only want to partner with those who believe that they can do more, be more, and have more. Because at the core of that, you understand that you're created for more. You understand that God has not made any mistakes in your life. That everything that you've gone through, everything that you've been through, everything that you're going through right now, Carla, it's uniquely designed for you to give him glory. And some people think that business is not ministry, but in fact it is. Some people think that business is separate from every part of their lives because they haven't found a way that they can be at home like I am and talk to people and still make money, right? We live in this world where we've disconnected ourselves from making money, and that's why you find yourself not having enough of it because it's detached, right? You make money at 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning for some of you, and then when the clock strikes 5 or the clock strikes 4, you're out of there, right? And but it's not a part of your life. And that's why when the month comes, you're scratching and trying to figure out how you're going to rob Peter to pay Paul because your life, your lifestyle hasn't been honoring to the currency that is supposed to flow in your life on an everyday basis, not just on a monthly basis or bi-weekly basis. This is a whole mindset shift when we talk about getting paid to be you. Getting paid to be you is knowing that while you are sleeping, somebody can go to your shopping cart, like they go to my shopping cart, and say, you know what, Chantal, I saw her reel today. And she talked about this coffee that she uses that not only gives her energy, but it also gives her vitamins. And it also has a booty. I always say booty. It doesn't boost my booty. Okay. But it does boost my beauty. Okay. She talked about this coffee, and I just got to go check it out. And they do that while I'm sleeping. That is the power of having a business that is product based. You don't have to show up and serve in order for people to say, hey, I want to be your customer. That's a game changer. Somebody, if you're feeling your girl, type in the chat game changer. And if you are as excited as I am and you are pumped up and you want the opportunity to be considered to work with me, go ahead and write paid. Listen, don't come at me if you think you got to have it all together. No. Don't come at me if you think that this new economy is going to be, involving all the traditional things that you know about already, and you think that you're too smart to learn something new. Don't DM me. But yes, you should DM me if you realize that, hey, I see how AI is changing the world. I wonder if I'm going to have my job next year. Oh, I see how people are making money from their content and they're being monetized on YouTube and on Facebook and on all these platforms. I want to lean more into that. I want to see if there's any way that I can do that too. I want the curious amongst you to DM me. DM me the word paid. TikTok, the devil is a lie. Y'all keep getting twisted and turned around today because I didn't bring my tripod with me. But I still said I'm gonna make sure I go live with y'all. But yeah, no, DM me the word paid because this new economy is gonna be for those who create a personal brand. So if you do not have a personal brand, meaning you don't consistently show up and people don't know you and they can't, and if they don't know you, they can't like you, and if they don't like you, they can't trust you. If you don't have a brand like that, but you want one, then we should definitely talk, right? And if you think that you're going to go the next even 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years without creating a personal brand, Tia, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you may be missing out. You may be missing out. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at the content that AI is producing right now, oh my goodness, it is phenomenal. Like you can't tell whether things are AI generated or if it's actually real people. So anytime AI can be so close to duplicating the uniqueness of human beings, you got to ask yourself, okay, what's going to keep AI from replacing me in my job? They got AI building houses, like they have AI passing the bar exam, like to be attorneys. Like AI is killing the game. But guess what? AI will not be able to replace those who are willing to share their stories because AI doesn't have a story. AI will not be able to replace those who have, those testimonies of overcoming the resiliency. Though AI will not be able to replace those who have ambition and willing to get up, to show up, to stand up, to speak up, and say, "Hey, I'm here. I'm a human being, and I'm alive and well." You see, Cool Cat, when you check off those boxes, you put yourself in a whole different realm of being able to earn and to get paid to be yourself. Because that shows me that you have what it takes to say, no matter what the economy is, no matter where I live, I know that I can bet on the gifts that God has given me. And once you have those boxes checked off, nothing is impossible. Once you have those boxes checked off, you would be DMing me right now to say paid, because you have enough confidence to say, yeah, well, if Chantel, who's made over $80,000 in 1 month, says to me that business was great, but she's found something better. And not only has she found something better, but she's willing to take a chance on me and work with me. I should probably hit her up, right? I should probably hit her up. And so that is the type of mindset that you've got to have in order for your life to be different. That is a type of curiosity that's going to keep you at the forefront of bringing in the currency. You see, what I know has made a difference in my life is that I've been a little nosy, right? I didn't grow up from a family of entrepreneurs and successful business owners. No, absolutely not. My mother drove the city bus for 32 years. And she made me go and get the traditional education. She made me go and check off those boxes that we know lead to quote unquote success. But in the back of my mind, she's always said, Chantel, whatever you do, make sure that you have a career that you don't have to that ask them for permission for you to go on vacation. Make sure that you have a career that if you are sick or your children are sick, you don't risk losing your job. And that always stood out to me. And so I didn't have a name for what that type of career was. But what I did realize is that eventually I put a name to it. I said, oh, that's business. So I got to always be in business, baby. And when I tell you that only last year, I was listening to a message and they said, if you have a business, but you have to show up in order for you to get paid, you don't have a business. You just got a glorified job. Ooh, and it's actually harder than a real job because you got to go out and get the clients for yourself, and you got to do everything for yourself, and then still pay people in your business instead of just having one boss and they write the check for you. And I was like, oh man, so I don't actually have a business. I thought I did, but no, I just got a glorified job. All right, but I didn't know how to switch it up, Lily. But then I found this business. It's called the creator economy. It's called being an influencer. And when I tell you I'm locked and loaded, and I'm so locked and loaded that I'm taking a bit of my attention off of myself, and I am connecting with individuals who believe enough in themselves to say, you know what? I think I got something too. I think I have a story that's worth telling. I think I got some things that I need to transform in my life. And so maybe I need to try some of these products you talk about, Chantel, like the Beauty Booster Collagen, or the L-carnitine that's going to help snatch my waist, or maybe the apple cider vinegar gummies that can get rid of my gut, or maybe the makeup, whatever it is. You're like, okay, yeah, no, I think I can do this. And if that's you, go ahead and DM the word paid, Vanessa. DM me the word paid, and we're going to talk, because Although my message is global, I'm only speaking locally. I'm only speaking locally to the hearts of those who, no matter what location that you're at, and of course, I can't do business with everybody everywhere, but I definitely can do business with folks in the US, in Canada, in Trinidad, and probably some other markets. But those are just my three areas right now. DM the word paid and let us show you, let me show you how you can get paid to be you. If y'all feel that, go ahead and hearts it up in the chat. Go ahead and hearts it up. Let's get to 600 hearts before we close out. I want to answer any questions that you have. Some of you are curious about if you have to, have a huge investment. Some of you are curious about what products you can promote to get paid to be you. So you're curious about a lot. So go ahead and ask the questions, but I'm not going to answer any questions until we get to 550 hearts. Okay. So Baba, Candy, Princess, everybody, YouTube, y'all can give me hearts, but oh yeah, y'all can give me hearts. Go ahead. Hearts it up over there. Facebook, give the hearts, because I want to make sure that I am only speaking to those with ambition, those who desire for 2026 and the rest of their lives. Because I'll tell you personally, I'm not building for the 2025 version of me. No, I'm not even building for the 2026 version of me. I am building for what my life looks like 10 years from now, the 2036 version of me. Oh gosh, that seems so long from now. But seriously, and if you don't do something radically different in your life right now, baby, you're going to be repeating the same life over and over again. You're going to be like, I thought this year would be different. A new year, new me. But no, it's a new year, but it's still the same old you, because you're still repeating the cycles of having the idea, but sitting on it. You're still repeating the idea, the cycle of wishing things could be done better, but you're not doing anything about it. And that is the biggest burden that I see with so many people who could do this thing easily. Y'all could probably do it better than me. I'm sure you could. But maybe, Marcus, someone hasn't told you lately that they believe in you. Or that maybe no one has, they've been gatekeeping and they haven't shown you a strategy that you can do it yourself. But Samara, I want you to know that ends today. Listen, I could be anywhere right now in the world, but I decided to be here with y'all. And the reason why is because I believe in you. And I am so excited. I know a lot of my folks on TikTok, especially YouTube and Facebook, that's US based. But I was so mad at TikTok a couple of months ago, Jaleesa, because they did not change my location, right? I wanted them to change it to the US, because if you're in the US for more than 60 days, then they can change your location on TikTok. And I was like, oh, okay, now I can get monetized on TikTok. They didn't change my location. They still kept it in Trinidad and Tobago. And I was frustrated because I'm like, no, I need to monetize my platform. I need to make sure that my content is now US based. Well, I'm actually glad they did not change my location. You know why, Bella? Because the business that I have, teaching people how to be creators and how to get paid to be themselves, guess what? I can teach people in Trinidad how to do that. And that made me so happy, because for so long, hey, Ashraf, I couldn't have that conversation. Like, people would see me and the business that I was in, they would see it and it would be great, but they had no connection to it because they couldn't monetize being in Trinidad and monetize in the US market. But now I've got something that's amazing for both men and women. It was like, girl, you got some hot water in your house. Take this coffee and let your body feel it, and then go ahead and create some content and tell other people about it. Like, being an influencer is so dope, because I personally get to use everything that I was going to use anyway and tell people about it and get paid for it. Like, the other day, I created a video of me brushing my teeth. And if y'all want to know how I get my teeth so white, I got my own toothpaste and it's a whitening toothpaste, right? Y'all can go to link in bio and see it and check it out for yourself. Anyway, thank you so much, Ashraf. That's so sweet. So I created this video, me brushing my teeth, and somebody within like a minute of me putting up the reel, they were like, send me the link. I need that toothpaste. And I got paid for just what I was going to do anyway. And so that's why the influencer business is so dope, y'all. I've been in business for 15 years, made some really good money in business. When I tell you this is the easiest, it really is. And for me, it's a lot of fun too, because I know what hard feels like. Look, whenever I introduce somebody to the business and they want to learn more, I have business partners. Finally, I've got business partners who are as talented as me, more talented than me, and I let them give the presentation. I let them talk about the opportunity. I let them do the work. And all I have to do is have the conversation with people and then say, hey, come to this training. My partners are going to train you. It's easy. Oh my gosh, y'all, listen. Only those who have a level of understanding about business and entrepreneurship, excuse me, can really tap into this. Look, the apple cider vinegar gummies getting rid of all of that gas, Carlene, that I had in my belly. And it's like, yeah, girl, we're going to get you all the way together before you go to the gym. So, listen, I'm proud of y'all. Those who DM me, I'm about to go check my DMs right now and we're going to talk. If you have not DM me and you are interested in getting paid to be yourself and you want to tap into this creator economy, be an influencer, go ahead and DM me paid. And we're going to get paid. We getting paid together, okay? All right, y'all. Signing off now. I love you. And I look forward to